President Trump says he's not taking sides in the fighting between the Iraqi military and the Kurds.
We don't like the fact that they're clashing. We're not taking sides, but we don't like the fact that they're clashing. We've had for many years very good relationship with the Kurds, as you know, and we've also been on the side of Iraq. Even though we should have never been in there in the first place, we should never have been there, but we're not taking sides in that battle.
Joining us now to sort it all out, retired four-star General, Fox Business military analyst Jack Keane. General, good to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here, Lou.
Do we have really the choice of not taking sides?
Well, I think what we should do is push towards a more favorable outcome than where we're headed. You know, what's really happened, this began back in the Obama administration when Obama pulled away from Iraq politically. Early in his administration, 2009, pulled the troops out in 2011. That gave the Iranians incredible influence. And that influence, despite our military assistance to the Iraqis and despite the success we've had against ISIS, that political influence that Iran has been significant. And there's some holdovers that the Trump administration has in Iraq that should be gone because they minimize Iran's political influence when the political influence and the political objective is the strategic end
Right.
state. And it is significant what they're achieving.
Are those holdovers from the Obama administration coloring this decision as well as then the Iranian nuclear deal in your judgment?
I can't speak to their influence in the Iranian nuclear deal. I don't think so. But I know they're influencing this decision, and they're also influencing the decision in eastern Syria not to contest the Iranians. And what I think should happen here is, listen, the Kurds need to get some credit for the 18 months before military assistance kicked in. They really were saving the Iraqis. They were the only fighting force of any consequence in Iraq. So we can't just go back to the status quo where we were before ISIS hostilities, which is, I think, where the Trump administration is. We've got to give the Kurds some consideration, a little bit more autonomy, maybe a little bit more leverage with the oil that they're receiving. Some concession has to be made to them.
Yeah, this can only end badly for the Kurds if the Iranians intended to be so. They wouldn't be moving this far if the Iranians did not mean to defeat them.
Oh, absolutely.
And that means that our choosing neutrality is just a really lousy choice.
Our major strategic objective should have been all through the Obama administration and now inside of Iraq is to reduce the strategic and political influence of the Iranians. It's more important than actually dealing with ISIS because it deals with the end state of Iraq. And Iran is all over the government of Iraq. And clearly, they are pushing back on the Kurds.
And I want to, before we have to go, I want to touch on North Korea.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un resorting to stealing one of the names of the president's cabinet members, James Mattis, calling Trump Mad Dog. I think he managed, probably, Kim Jong-un, to upset two people, Mad Dog Mattis himself and the president as well.
Well, the one you don't want to upset is Mad Dog Mattis.
I think that is exactly.
But listen, no, I mean, this rhetoric will continue. This exercise that you referenced in the introduction, important stuff. This is real training taking place with real capabilities out there. And that's the kind of
the exercises between South Korea and the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important to have those exercises. We're never going to give up on that because that's how we're reinforcing our allies. And also, from a practical perspective, we need the experience, we need the training to make sure we can do the war the way we want to.
Well, I think it is encouraging that the Trump policies on North Korea seem to be working. Kim Jong-un appears to have run out of original material, so we'll see how it goes.